think one of the most common mistakes that we're seeing is everyone's trying to rush the process. There is a deadline. Everyone has a deadline that they've situated, and maybe they've waited to the last minute, and now we have to gather all this information. ASCA 42 has a lot of in-depth research that has to be done. For instance, what's the lease classification, right? We've got finance leases and we have operating leases. It used to be the operating lease was just expensed, right? Easy peasy. But now all these leases have to go onto your balance sheet. So you actually have to get the lease, you have to review the lease, you have to know the details about the lease. This is all going on your balance sheet now, and it's affecting your P&L. If you misclassify that lease, it's going to be an issue. One of the other things is you've got to understand your non-lease components. We didn't have to worry about that before, but now how are we treating those non-lease components? Are they included in the payment? Are they excluded from the payment? How do we want to handle those? One of the other things is like your interest rate. So it's nice when the interest rate is actually spelled out in that lease. Automobile leases quite often is going to tell you what that interest rate is. But on property leases, copier leases, postage meters, quite often it's not spelled out. So what are you going to use? So we want to make sure that we're being consistent. There's lots of options out there. So one of the things that we always try to have our clients do is have their auditor involved in this process. At the end of the day, you can make all the decisions that you want, but if the audit takes place, you've misclassified a lease, they don't like the interest rate that you're using, and all of a sudden you've got to redo all of this work. So you want to make sure that you give yourself enough time. You want to make sure that you involved all interested parties in what's going on. And then I think the implementation part is going to be actually pretty smooth.